All right, so I had this yesterday kind of set up. So I don't know. I'm thinking about these patterns kind of being put together. This is one side, and this is the outside, and then this is the inside. I wanted to see if I could get this lion or cheetah. If I can get this cheetah put on, I don't know, either I'm going to cut out a pattern for this right here, for this side here. This is the inside, and then this is the padding for the inside of the purse, or however, the lining or whatever you call it, I don't know. But then cut out another piece or another side to put with this, and then I can I feel like I'm gonna cut this cheetah. I really don't want to cut it, but I think that I will. I'll cut it, and then I'll somehow put it together. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. I'm not sure how much of pattern I'm going to take out of it, or how I'm going to cut it, but I'll see. As soon as I have my scissors in hand, I know what I'll do, or what I need to do once I start creating this purse. Broke a needle. Yeah, let me see if I can get that. This is a new needle, but this is the one I broke. I don't know if you can see, but that's the needle. I don't know if you can see that. Hello? So I have finished up some of the purse. Well, this part, I decided to put birds on the outside of one of the sides of the purse. So that's going to be inside, and that's going to be the outside. Okay, so I'm going to cut out, I guess, this pattern, and so it fits this sheet, like the size of this. So I'm going to cut it out, and then kind of line it up to the side that I'm trying to put it on top of. So okay, so I cut out a pattern, or I cut out this pattern. So here, that's how I did it. I already cut this one out. I think I'm going to use this as the base. But then before I cut the jaguar, I want to kind of see what it would look like in this shape before I kind of start altering it any further. Okay, so here's the jaguar. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it some more. I'll probably cut the outline here and then here, with just leaving maybe a little bit, so when I sew it, it doesn't the thread doesn't come close to the jaguar. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it now. The reason why I cut out the pattern like this first is because I wanted to make sure that this is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to mess this fabric up and just cut it and then it just not work with the background. So that's why I decided to do it like this, in case I wanted to make a purse like this. I may do that, but this is what I'm doing first. Okay, so I kind of I like this right here, but then I don't like it, so I'm going to also cut this part too. I mean, that's what I said I was going to do, but as I was cutting, I was like, well, maybe I can keep that there. So I'm going to cut this also. Cut that out. Okay, so I'm going to also kind of cut this up a little bit, just to kind of, you know, make it a smoother, you know, edge. So just like nice. Okay, so before I do anything fancy, I'm going to get sewing down first. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the same color that I was using to color in the birds. And this time, I'm just using the background piece instead of having it all together already, or sewn all together already before I added the, I don't know if you would call this applique, but this is just how I'm going to do this one. And hopefully the next one is going to be much better. But so I'm going to use blue for the yarn because that's what's in there right now for the bobbin and for the top thread. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. And so as far as the future note to myself, I see why instructions tell you to like cut in certain places so you don't end up like with that extra fabric. So I guess that's something for the next time for me to be aware of where to cut something like this. But I really like how it's come out. This looks really nice. Okay, so I got one side of the bag complete. So I've sewn the birds on the main piece here, and all I need to do now is just like cut the excess strings. And so the back or the inside is going to look like that, and that's going to be the outside, and here is the other side. And I have cut out the piece that I wanted out of the pattern that I had selected, and then I put it on the back of the main piece here. That has not been sewn on yet. This is a like, I don't know, I think it's called base. So I have that as like a, you know, it makes the purse to be more solid or whatnot, firm, sturdy. And so what I've done here is I've just safety pinned the piece in place, so when I sew it, I know how I want it to look. This part has been sewn here. Okay, and so then when I'm ready, after that piece is sewn, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach that so it looks like this one. This side, I could have, if I had extended the piece out a little bit more, I could have folded that, but I think it's just going to be the unique shape of the bag once the bag is complete. I have also created two sides to the bag and a bottom. So all these I've just basically cut out the pieces, and I have that here, and I've pinned it. I have not sewn it yet. So when I'm ready to sew, I'm going to sew it like so, like this, and then once that's sewn, I'm going to then sew this to that. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything else to the back like I did here, which one side is the front and the other side is the back, or the back and the front, whichever. It's not going to matter because it's just how I'm carrying the purse at the time I am wearing it. Okay, so far for the bag, this is the only piece that I need to sew to, you know, bind the front and the back. But this one right here, that's one side, and then this is the bottom. This is either the front or back, and then this one is the front or the back. And so all I have to do is sew these two pieces together, or actually three, what's inside, but together, and then I'm gonna put them okay, so here is the bag that I've been working on, and I have the front and the back together. So these two are the sides, or these two pieces are the sides. And so I need to cut off like the excess string before I sew these pieces on. But how it lays right now, that's how it lays. And so yeah, so that's either the front or the back. Well, actually, because it hasn't been cut evenly, and this is the first bag, I had to kind of alter how you would normally sew. So I attached it on, this is I guess the upper part, and then this is going to be, instead of the upper part, this is going to be the upper part, and that's going to be the lower part. It just looks better when I flip it over. That edge looks a lot better than if it was, and the pattern kind of goes along with this piece. It looks really nice how it looks like that, as opposed to how if I were to have this on top, it would kind of cut that out, and I didn't like that, so that's why it's going to be sewn that way. And then so if I flip it over, here is either, I guess I would say that this is the back, and so how that is on top, the bottom part is on top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew these pieces together, and then once I sew these pieces together, I will attach these sides together so I can start to build the purse the way it should be built. Okay, so I went ahead and I sewed both of the sides together. Okay, so since this is the first bag that I'm making, I'm learning as I sew, and since I'm a new sewer. Okay, so for my information, since this pattern was black, the bottom bobbin, if I'm sewing something on this side, the bottom bobbin should have been black, so that would have been black, and then the top part would have been blue. Okay, same for this right here. Okay, but I learned. Okay, so and as far as like when I did this beginning pieces, so the next bag will be better. Okay, so what I've done is I've sewn the pieces together, so that's how it looks. On the sewing machine that I used number 18 stitch, and so it created like a zigzag pattern. I like that a lot. However, it does kind of take away from the beginning pattern that I had. But if I remember next time, and if I have black kind of poking out a little bit on the edge, that might work. Every bag will be different. So okay, so like this stitch, since it's in black, it could have overlapped like this right here, and it would have created like a better, you know, this would have been it would have looked better, but it looks okay. This looks nice. I like how that looks. That's in blue, and then this side over here is in blue, but if it would have looked better if it was black. But like I said, this is the first bag, Okay, so I have that together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew the bag. Let's see if I can do it with the camera, holding the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna overlap it like this. So I'm gonna take it from the where it can where I can actually get it, and I'm gonna sew it like that. But I'm gonna have to sew it inside out. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attach the edges like this. Okay, so here's the bag. So like this is the front and this is the back, or vice versa. You could go either way. All right, some points that I want to make about this bag that I made. I went ahead and I changed my bobbins, top and bottom. When I sewed these pieces together, I changed it to black. I did the 18 stitch, which is some type of like a zigzag, and it created that zigzag look. See that? Okay, yeah. So it created that zigzag look all the way down. So on each side, or all four sides. Okay, and so this is what the bag looks like inside. So I didn't cut the strings, so I need to go ahead and cut those, and so just make a better look. Again, this is the first bag I've ever made, so the second bag should come out a lot better. But yeah, so I haven't finished. It's still, I need to put handles on it. Next time, I need to leave some type of opening here, depending on how I want the handles. If I want the handles either to be overlapping this way, or this way, or just this way or over. So that's to be determined. I probably would be creative with this bag because I need to take away some of the flaws that I have, since this is the first bag. But so far it looks really nice. I'm really impressed with it. It looks really cute.